Welcome to the new, improved Underdogs podcast.
Oh!
Look, we got wood.
Shit. All the audio listeners that can't see, we all have wood.
We all have wood.
Wait, stop the podcast. It's Little Z here from the editing room. And what happened this week was I put up an epic new background for our podcast. The set looks amazing. And of course you can't see it because we forgot to press record on the camera. So this week you're just going to have to listen to the audio and we're going to save the big reveal of the new Underdogs podcast set for next week. Back to the podcast. So this was my week. What did you guys do? I put up a wooden backdrop for any audio listeners. There's a wooden backdrop. There's a few shelves.
There's a plant.
Was it hard to do? How's your handy skills?
Pretty bad, but I did feel very satisfied when do you guys have Bunnings in? What's the American Bunnings? Home Depot.
Yep.
So went there, got like all my materials and felt pretty good once I finished it. A little creative outlet.
Yeah, how'd you put the floating shelves? How do they float?
Screws in the wall.
No, they float.
Oh yeah, how is that?
It's fine.
Sorry, I was just wondering because Holly got me floating shelves, but I haven't. They've been in my.
Oh, get an electric screwdriver,
They've been away for
It'll
months.
change your life.
Electric
I
screwdriver.
love electric. I've been telling you guys to get electric screwdrivers forever.
What's the difference between that and a drill?
It's different.
Wow, thanks, man.
Right, moving on.
A drill makes holes. A screwdriver screws.
It's just like a screwdriver, but you just press a button.
No, but you can't. You could put on the end of a drill a screw.
This is a dead end. So for anyone that doesn't, obviously you can't see him, but Jared's here again. Give us a sound effect, Jared.
Yeah! That's pretty appropriate.
Oh, yeah, crank it up. We also have a live studio audience. The Underdogs podcast is really going places.
Yeah,
Wait.
quick, tell a joke and see if the studio likes it.
No.
They didn't like that either.
Damn.
No response.
Silence from the audience.
God.
I don't know why having a soundboard just makes it so much funnier.
Is it corny or is it good? I think corny is kind of
it's
our brand.
great.
Yeah, it's good.
It's both.
I think it's both, yeah. That's 100% true.
It's great and corny.
All right, I've got something that's been happening recently. It just finished. The Commonwealth Games. Americans, sorry, you're missing out.
Yeah, the Commonwealth
You guys
Games.
had a whole war to not be in the Commonwealth Games, so big mistake.
Yeah, we even got Canada.
Yeah, we got
That's
Canada.
like the America when America's not invited. We'll take the second one.
If you like the Queen, you're in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what it
If you still
is.
got the Queen as someone who's the head honcho, you're in the Commonwealth.
Yeah, the Queen could totally come in and just fucking do whatever in Australia,
Yeah.
right? If she's like, I don't want any more kangaroos, people would just go out and kill them all.
Yeah, technically they are the ruler, but they never use that power.
All our rules go through the Queen, though, right? She's got to sign
Well,
it.
but she's almost...
No, she doesn't. The Governor General does, who does it on the behalf of the Queen.
Jeez, she is chilling. She's kind of got rid of her responsibilities quite well, hasn't she?
do we have any, safety measures in place?
Well, to stop the Queen from fucking us over.
No offense to the Queen, she's pretty old, and if she knew that she was gonna cark it soon, she might just go doing a bunch of crazy shit in every Commonwealth country, and there's like 50 of them.
That's a good quote.
What would she do?
She could
What
just
do you
be
mean?
like, oh, actually, every Commonwealth country has to come give me a foot massage.
True.
Oh, just something, or like even worse.
I don't know. Maybe
That is true. We need to keep drugs out of her hands.
The
100%.
worst law I can think of is everyone has to give her a foot massage.
I didn't know she actually had any power in Australia.
She has all the power.
They just don't
Technically.
use it, so we don't have a revolt.
So she really could do whatever she wanted.
Well, then
Who's
the
up
people
next?
rise up.
We got to be careful of them.
Who's up next?
Yeah, when
Prince
she's
Charles.
Didn't he do stuff on the island?
No,
that someone else?
that's someone else.
I think
Like
you're thinking of
the Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, I thought that was Charles, wasn't it?
to get
I
your
don't think
tinfoil
we're
hats
cracking
out.
that case on this podcast.
We need Google real quick.
I don't know.
Jar, do you know? Nah, no idea.
He's shaking us. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I was talking about the Commonwealth
You gotta be
Games.
careful of him.
So Australia got the most golds. Australia won the Commonwealth Games.
Yes!
Let's go Australia.
Wait, and we're tiny.
Yeah, but we're good at sport.
No, we're massive, but we have tiny people.
You know
Tiny
what
amount of
fuck-
people.
You know,
A small amount of people
You know
for
what
how large our country
fucked
is.
me up. I was like, how are Japan so popular? You know, we watched anime and all that. And I was like, this tiny place, 120 million people fit on that
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
6 times Australia.
Yeah.
Anyway, fun fact. Moving on.
Anyway, I was thinking, like, if you could add any one sport to the Commonwealth Games.
Smash, bro. Sorry.
No.
Sorry. I
Shut
got
the-
so
shut the hell up.
excited. Sorry.
What would it be? Because I feel like... Did you guys watch any of it?
No.
Yeah,
Yes.
I watched the cricket.
There's cricket in the
Yeah,
Commonwealth
women's
Games?
cricket. There was controversy.
Only women's cricket?
Yeah, only women's cricket. There was
Wait,
controversy too.
That's
Why?
strange.
Do you want to hear the controversy?
Yeah.
The one of the players tested positive and they let her play in the game in the grand final.
Tested positive for what?
COVID, sorry.
Oh.
HIV.
I thought you were talking about drugs.
No. Tested positive for COVID and they were like, yeah, that's all good. So
Yeah.
Well, let's be fair.
Wow.
Cricket players stand about a kilometre away from each
Social
other.
distancing.
It's like she's in the outfield.
Yeah,
Who
I think there was
cares?
already like measures in place where if it was an outdoor sport and it's a team sport, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, there was a bit of controversy about that.
Right.
She's smearing herself on the ball, though.
Explain.
Why did you phrase it like that?
Well, I was just picturing COVID getting smeared on the ball.
Yeah, they do rub the ball against their clothes and all that too.
Exactly.
Shine it up.
Yep, shine it up.
Yep.
So-
Americans,
One side.
you got to watch cricket.
No,
Guys,
don't watch
guys, cricket or baseball?
I never watched
Cricket.
cricket or baseball.
Yeah.
I'm
None.
Australian and I still don't like watching cricket.
Would
so-
you rather watch baseball?
I'd probably rather put my head in the blender.
Fair enough.
Nah, I'm with Jackson on the cricket train.
Jordan?
Nah.
Any
I have
thoughts
not
on
watched it.
sports we would add though? I'm thinking
Multiverse.
Shut up.
Actually, I went to the cricket once, and then we just played cricket while we were there. I didn't watch the cricket.
Guys!
There was a bit of grass, and we just played cricket
Was it
instead.
cricket or baseball?
Cricket.
Okay, cricket.
Do we have base? Anyway.
Okay, I want to hear Peter's sport.
Mine's obviously ultimate frisbee.
Yeah.
Oh, that
sick.
would be
Of
amazing.
It
course.
should be those kind of sports.
Like I legitimately like from a non-biased point of view, I think frisbee is good to watch.
100%.
It does have a lot of dead time, so you'd have to make adjustments to rules. But they do that for every game when you put it on like a big stage, right? They like remove dead time and stoppages because
Yeah.
when you watch soccer, football, whatever, they kick the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
They just chuck them a new ball.
Yeah.
They don't go chasing after it
Yeah,
downhill
yeah, yeah.
like you do when you're 10 years old. You make adjustments to make the game better to watch.
Yeah, 100%.
Do a little bit of that to ultimate frisbee. I think it would be really
hype.
awesome.
Imagine in baseball, if you hit it out of the park, then someone's like,
Hey, gotta
now,
go get
Tim, you
that."
got to go knock on the neighbour's house. You're going to have to pay for that window.
Imagine cricket 6 and out.
Oh god.
You were too good, you're out. What would you add, Jordan?
I don't know actually. Maybe like some kind of Ninja Warrior course. That would be very
That's
hard.
pretty cool.
That would
Well,
lead into the entertainment more. Does the Commonwealth Games have? Because they've started adding like skateboarding and
They already
rock
have some
climbing.
pretty
for-
work
They are the
stuff.
place
That's
to
for the
test
Olympics,
it.
though.
That's
Because
in the Olympics.
You're not going to chuck something straight in the Olympics, right?
Well, they have been.
Well, but like Commonwealth Games is a good place to test
They should
the
test
weird
more.
ones.
Yeah.
Because if no one watches the sport, I mean, no one watches the Commonwealth Games anyway, so...
Damn.
Yeah, something like an obscure sport like ultimate frisbee that needs a bit of airtime and would probably gain a lot of popularity from.
Croquet.
Oh no! Best
I
idea.
thought you were going, for croquet.
I reckon like G-force taking.
What do you even mean?
I love it.
Okay, I think we need to be doing sports that benefit us, and we're probably going to space or doing stuff
Don't
like that
all
soon.
sports benefit us?
No, not on this scale.
Sorry.
You know what I mean? We're getting to Mars soon, yeah?
So what's the sport?
You just take as many G-forces as you can.
Have you seen the things they put the astronauts in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a spinning thing.
Who could do it the most?
Why is that fun to watch?
Because you're just watching someone get fucking spun until they pass out. And it's like, oh, is he going to make it to 10? He's going to make it to 10 Gs. And then he passes out and then he loses.
I'm in.
And it's like a second thing and it's counting up and you're watching them like, hang in there, son.
Okay, I got an idea on how to make this better. It's a really big swing, and they have to hold on, so they're not harnessed in. So when they pass out, they fly off the swing into, like, obviously a big
It's over
ocean
the
or
Olympic
something
pool.
safe. Yeah.
To an ocean.
They would
But
die.
it's because if someone's strapped in,
There
when
goes
they,
Harold. Oh, he's out. There.
if someone's strapped in and they pass out,
and there comes the water, and he has got internal bleeding.
if they're strapped in, passing out has no consequences. It's not exciting for the viewer, but if they're on a swing and they pass out, then they fly off, and it's like maybe how
I
much
like it.
distance you get, like ski slalom.
Now
This
you've
is
changed
just-
ski
now
jumping.
you've changed
This is
it.
just
Now
human testing.
Now you've changed
It's like
it.
what's that sport where you spin the thing and then throw it? But with
Hammer
people.
throw.
Hammer throw, but with people.
Ooh.
I'm invested. That's my suggestion.
I'm in for the G-force testing as long as Jordan is the commentator.
Yeah, all right, I'll do it.
So just give us a quick commentary.
Oh, here's Sam. She's going up now.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Oh, she's holding on. Tensing. She's using her legs here to constrict the blood. Oh, she's going. Ah!
She's in the ocean! She's in the ocean!
When I went, that's when she passed out and flew to the ocean.
It seems
Yet
dangerous.
another death to Team Croatia.
It's what they do
What do you mean it's what they do?
for planes.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking
Plane
about. Okay.
flyers.
You know what? I don't have a new sport, but I'll tell you what the worst fucking sport to watch is. You asked if I'd watched any Commonwealth Games. I
Yep.
did happen to watch some when I was over on vacation. And the sport that was playing was the marathon. And I happened to catch the First 30 minutes of the marathon,
Fuck
which
yeah.
was fucking terrible. Well, how long do marathons go for? Like 20 hours?
No,
they
it's
normally-
like two or three.
Oh, okay. Well, it's like
like
4
3
hours.
hours.
I tell you what, the first half an hour doesn't mean shit.
Yep.
The Australian
Yeah,
guy
that's
was
a good
winning
point.
the entire time, but there were 3 Kenyans behind him that looked like they were not breaking a sweat. And the Aussie guy was like, whew, I'm still in front.
They're like a pack of hyenas hunting down this poor guy.
Again, like the tailwind, but like you could be winning the first 90% of a marathon,
Yeah.
but then it's all about the people that have been saving their energy and they just push at the end. And I think the Aussie guy did come third, which was pretty good. Shout outs to him. Don't
Isn't
know
that
his
all
name.
racing though? I kind of
You
don't
gotta say,
understand
yeah,
racing.
you have to understand it well to enjoy watching it.
Yeah, 100%.
Which is kind of a problem from a spectator
Yeah.
point of view. Because cycling,
Yeah.
the Tour de France,
Don't care.
what the fuck are you watching?
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, these guys are winning. Oh, don't worry though. By winning, they're actually losing.
Yeah.
I'm like, what does that mean?
And he's got a different jacket on, so look at that.
You've
That's
got to be in
important.
the peloton. I'm like, that's not a real
Yeah,
word.
I just don't care about any racing in general, to be honest.
no,
Fair
100
play.
meters epic.
Oh, then
Yeah.
that's different because you can
It's
watch
over
it
quick.
literally like.
Wait a minute. If it gets more exciting, the shorter it is. Why don't we have like a
1 meter
a
race?
10 meter, 1 meter race? Yeah.
I'd love to see
Go!
the strats of the 1 meter sprint. Do you just flop over the finish line?
Yeah, the tallest person probably just wins.
They
They just fall over.
put an arm forward, done.
Does that mean I would be the best 1 meter sprinter out of us?
Yes.
Well, we could try it.
At what point would I become slower than whoever's faster than me? 10
Yeah, I
meters?
don't know.
What was that sentence?
So if there's a really
question.
fast,
It's a good question.
you have
I
really
think it's a good
fast
question.
dwarf versus like Jackson, but he can't run for shit.
Yeah.
That's I think
When does he
the
lose?
question.
What, at
Well,
what
how long
point
are
do I
you?
lose? I'm 1.94.
Well, I guess at
think.
2 you lose.
What?
Because you have to take a step.
Well, so you think he's going to fall flat on his face and win the race?
Yes.
That does sound like me.
And then you'd win.
God.
I don't really have a sport to add to the Commonwealth Games. I feel like they're doing a good job of adding random stuff. Ultimate Frisbee would honestly
I haven't
probably be
been
mine. I
watching.
really enjoyed watching that the other day. So there. What did you pick?
Settlers of Catan.
Oh,
Because they
yeah?
added chess to the Olympics, right?
No,
Didn't they?
definitely not.
Wait, what the?
No.
They didn't add chess to the
Why?
Olympics.
No.
They've removed it from there like 300 years ago.
Chess used to be in the
I
Olympics.
don't fucking know.
Bring it back.
I don't think so.
Well, okay, first add chess. Let me go back. Add chess to the
Not a
Olympics.
sport.
It's not even an e-sport. It's like a G
It's a
sport.
game.
It's a board game.
It's just it's not a G spot. It's a game.
It's a G sport.
It's not a G spot, Zach.
It's a bit of a G spot. I agree.
We're just silence after that. Yeah, that would be good in the Olympics.
I like watching chess. So I'm
Yeah, how
on
are the
board.
2 biggest chess advocates on the couch here?
I'm down for that.
Not, and then once you add chess, you add other board
Then
games.
Settlers of Catan comes in.
Yeah.
They'll test
Also,
the waters
chess
with
is sort of
chess.
testing the
And
waters.
then
out.
we get to Smash Bros.
Yeah, which is what I said to begin with, and was
Steady.
shut down.
Slow and steady.
What do you think? Okay, let's imagine the year is 3000. The Olympics have gone to shit. There's over 5,000 events. What do you think is the point where it's too bad? You know, they've added in Smash. They've added fighting games. There's no more Evo. It's just at the Olympics.
Yep.
Okay.
So where do you think you draw the line?
Smash.
What do
Probably-
you think is like? No, you can go worse than Smash. Because I'm thinking like I'm just looking around the room. You could have like who can throw the pillow the furthest.
I think when they
like
start
when they're
adding, like,
scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Imagine they start adding speed running to the Olympics, and then you only get one run,
That's
and then
hype.
you go for a reset, and then you're just like, oh, I'm out.
That's hype. I'd
Well,
watch
yeah,
that.
they don't take everyone's personal best in the high jump. You show up on the day, and if you have a broken ankle, you just get fucked.
Yeah, but that'd be so dog shit because speedrunning's like you do like 1,000 resets. What are the odds you get a good run? Like they're like, and he's won with a not personal best by 2 hours. Like that would suck.
I've never speed run before, but you should just be more consistent.
Oh yeah, okay,
Got him.
Speedrunners watching this, just simply be more consistent.
They would just speedrun easier games, right? Like the rock climbing, they do easy walls for the speed rock.
That's true.
And they'll just go brrr, like little spiders.
Is rock climbing secretly speedrunning?
Yes. It
Minesweeper,
is
that should be added to the
Minesweeper,
Olympics.
that's good.
Yeah.
I've never played that still.
Minesweeper.
Yeah.
Did you ever play it as a kid and just click random stuff
Yeah,
until
yeah,
you
yeah. No, I
died?
learned how to
I
actually
probably
play.
did
It's pretty
that
hype.
a few times.
Yeah.
But then I just played Anyone?
Pinball.
Was that Space Pinball?
Space
Pinball.
Pinball.
Oh, righto. I didn't play with noise on, apparently.
Really?
They did not
it's
register.
so good. Every day, year 2, get into class. Everyone gets on the computer, huddles around.
All the viewers under the age of 20 are just like fucking like staring vaguely into the distance.
Yes,
Like,
sorry.
what the hell are we on about?
Extremely
Imagine we grew up with
specific.
Space Pinball and they get cool games like Minecraft and Fortnite.
Yeah, what the hell's with that? You get mobile Fortnite. Meanwhile, I was like, had an iPod Nano with motion controlled fucking roll the ball around.
That game was sick, though.
That shit slapped.
Yeah, that was sick.
No,
you
when-
guys gonna let your kids use the iPad?
No.
I don't have one.
Kid or an
sucked in.
iPad?
When you have
Sucked
kids,
in.
are you gonna let them use it? Because there's a lot of iPad kids running around.
Absolutely not.
Seems like an actual life hack to get your kid to stop being annoying. Just give them the iPad.
Yeah, but they're
and
just going to be.
So it's the easy way
fiending.
out. It's the easy way out, and then it just causes you so much problems.
well, you try getting your kid to play Ultimate Frisbee when I hand them a Fortnite on an iPad.
I'm not gonna let you. I'm gonna keep you away,
Zach's the
dude.
guy who comes over and he's like, "Here, Johnny, and more technology."
Yeah,
yeah,
Zach
do
wants
not
to
get
be-
me to babysit your kids.
He wants to be the-
Frisbeeing them iPads.
Zach's desperate to be the cool uncle and just ruins everyone's
Yeah.
child, ruins their attention span.
When I was a teacher on prac and it was like they finish early, they all just jump on Minecraft. And I'm like, damn, that is fun. And they're like the whole class of 30 kids is all on the one server.
Is anyone finishing early?
I'm like,
Anyone not finishing early?
Shit. No. Probably
Yeah.
because they want to get on
They
the
don't even
Minecraft,
like answering the
bro.
questions. They just scribble on the page.
Get me
Throw that in the
in.
bin.
God
You know, me
damn.
and Peter used to play games during class.
Oh, that was good.
You.
We-
Unbelievable. No, I did that.
So you know
100%.
how the name Little Z comes from a high school chemistry teacher that called me Little
Yes,
Z?
yes.
He would call me Little Z, and he kind of would mess around with the whole class, really. He probably didn't care as much as he could have.
Dude, there was so many rumors about
in the
that teacher.
nicest
What a
way.
legend.
Yeah.
Dude, there was rumor that he was writing a book on his phone during class. So
Amazing.
every time he was on his phone while doing a test, he's writing his memoir. There was a rumor he had a secret second wife and family. Like,
Brilliant.
Dude,
How
this
did
guy
this
was a
happen?
legend.
No, he probably was fucking sick of kids because he had like 11 kids himself.
He's just a legend, dude.
11.
Yeah, just with the first family too.
11 is so many kids.
But anyway, we would have our school laptops
army.
and we would be playing games like Battlefield 2. I'd be doing, I have a memory of doing backflips in a helicopter. And then he would like come around the room and try to catch us playing games, and we'd just like tab out.
Yep.
And then there was this one time where he like searched up the computer. He thought we were playing Forza for some reason, or like,
Need for Speed.
Need for Speed. And then I was like, you can search my whole computer for Need for Speed. And then he searched it. It didn't come up. And he was like, oh, well, back to it. And then we just opened up Battlefield again.
Dude, that's the problem with kids, like, when teachers trying to wrangle them, is that the kids will always be more tech savvy than the teachers.
They're one step ahead.
It's actually a losing battle for teachers at all times. Like, what can you do? Because we were like, he's never going to get us. And he wasn't. And that'll be us in 10 years. And these kids are going to be playing fucking, like, I don't know, Fortnite 3 on their Google glasses in front of us while they're pretending to listen to you. And you're like, are you listening? And they're like, yeah. And then they're like, fucking triple kill. It's like, how are we going to compete with this?
I do remember being mind blown once because, like, yeah, the old tab out thing. But we had like a what's it called when a teacher comes in? Starts with an R.
Relief.
Relief. I don't know why that left my head, but
You're the teacher.
I know. And then, anyways, tab out. The teacher comes along. You boys playing games? Like, no. He's like, can you just click that tab? I'm like, oh.
Oh, no.
No, he's figured us out.
Got us.
Yeah.
You just throw your laptop out the window. You're like, no.
We used to do all kinds of stuff though. Do you ever like turn the screen upside down and stuff on all
Yeah,
the computers?
yeah.
Control Alt arrow key down. It just flipped it.
Jordan, are you going to be a cool meme tech savvy teacher when you eventually
cool
become a
meme
teacher?
what?
You're still becoming a teacher, right? Is that
it's
dream dead?
postponed at the moment? I guess.
Yeah.
But you never know. Things
But
don't work out.
you will surely
Please
keep
subscribe.
up with the tech, and you'll be the cool teacher that's cool enough to stop them from playing games. Because let's be honest, I
Is
could have
that cool?
done way better at uni, but I was playing Battlefield during chemistry.
I don't
That's
think that makes
cool.
me the cool teacher.
That makes you the
No,
serious
but
teacher.
he's not gonna
they'll
let us play
thank
any
you
games.
later.
They
They'll
won't.
thank you later.
Hey, you know
they
what the
won't.
real secret is? Be an interesting enough teacher that they don't feel like they want to play games.
That's a good
It's
point.
the subject
all right,
matter.
think
I
about,
don't blame the teachers.
this is going to go over you guys' heads, but remember Mr. Smithies?
Yep.
It's going over
He was-
everyone's head
No.
except for you and Zack.
Right for the
podcast.
Don't worry, Peter. I'm right on board. I'm there with you,
There's
Mr.
a point.
Smithies.
There's a point coming.
His blonde hair.
He was a very interesting teacher who was engaging, and we always had interesting stuff to do.
Is that true?
And although he was like, switched on enough to stop us from playing Battlefield, we weren't so fucking bored that we wanted to play Battlefield.
Yeah.
In
sure.
high school, we had a physics teacher, and I was the top of physics in year 12.
It wasn't Mr. Smithies, was it?
It was not Mr. Smithies, but he would just blow our mind every now and then. He's like, "You guys want to know what happens when you throw a baseball at light speed?" He would just say that. We'd be like, "What?" And then he'd be like, "Time stops," and we're like, "What?" And he would just do shit like that all the time,
That's
and then
cool.
explain it to us. Like, he would explain a concept and then just bring it to the most extreme fucked up version, and we're like,
I
"Whoa!"
think physics is a good subject where you can do a bit of that. A lot of the
history, you
science...
could
Let's
do
just
that.
try to do that in
History, like-
social studies.
History you can't.
Yeah.
You want to know what happened 400 years ago?
No, it's interesting.
History is
No, you
so
got to find
boring.
the thing is
No, it's
in
not.
history they got to teach you the boring shit, but they got to sprinkle in some of the
Amaze
weird
me.
stuff.
Amaze me.
I will. I will
Okay, go
history
on.
you. All right. There was all right.
Wait,
there was,
let me just get ready to be history.
all right.
I'm ready.
In I can't remember what exactly. About 900.
Yeah, okay.
There was a siege
ago.
in a city of China, and the people who were defending it were so determined to not give up the city, they ate every woman and child in their city before giving up to keep the soldiers strong. The soldiers then started eating each other, and nobody said no. Everyone just kind of was like, "Yep, we got to defend the city."
That's sad.
It's fucked up, but it's crazy. Like, how did this happen?
That's just a story of idiots.
Everything's history.
I understand
So
that.
Is that not interesting to you?
Yeah, maybe a
In like
little
a
bit.
social aspect, it's just like, yep, they're like, yep, we've got to stand by our king. We will literally let ourselves get eaten before we give up our city.
Who ate did the king eat? Who ate the king?
No,
How did it end?
So they eventually got taken
got
over.
you.
They eventually
I'm imagining there's
Hook, line, and sinker.
they eventually
bro.
got taken over and killed. And the worst part is, straight after that, the force that originally held it, like their empire, came and took it back straight away. What a fucking waste of time.
I think I've been...
what happened at the end? Was there just one king
Zack is
and the
so on board.
whole castle's full of like bones and shit?
Yeah.
And he's like,
And he's fat.
"Oh, I got to eat myself
Well, when
now."
there's only like 1,000 people left, the sieging force took it over.
I think that's pretty
And
interesting.
it's funny because you go on the Wikipedia page and it says tactical victory to the defenders because they held off for so long.
They just waited.
They waited it out. They took
Timed
off for
them
so
out.
long that their force came at the end of the day and just took it back over.
Yeah.
But it took them 2 years and eating 40,000 people.
40,000.
Yeah, there was a fuckload of
God's
people in there.
sake.
And it was, and then
I'm so hooked
you go
on
on
this.
You are
Wikipedia,
so
and then
hooked.
in history, it's seen as a tactical victory with one of the most fucked up things you could have done.
Nah, history's awesome.
History bomb.
Yeah. Just sounds like a bunch of stupid people.
It was probably back in the day where if the people came in and siege, they would have like killed everyone anyway.
Yeah,
If they came in,
that is what they ended up
attacked.
doing when they ended up taking it over.
Well,
Wow.
even just like you just word it in a way that hooks them. Like, oh, what would happen if there were no sewers? They're like, oh shit.
Sorry, can
And
we just
then-
go back to the what would happen? What?
And then you could start talking.
Is this
about
the
it.
Jordan question of the week?
No, but I'm just like that's how like you want to talk about back in the day when they had no sewers. You got to hook them in
You
first.
bury it, right?
You just say,
No,
oh,
you just chuck it out the window.
what would happen?
You say, "Kids, have you ever shat in the ocean?"
Oh, everyone was getting diseases. Everyone was dying. It was crazy. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know. History just doesn't grip me for some reason. I
I
don't
mean,
really...
you don't have to be. I agree that physics is very interesting, but I
Yeah.
think a good teacher can make anything interesting.
Yeah, maybe that's my problem. I don't know. History, I just don't really care because it's like, all right, that happened 2,000 years ago. What does that matter?
I think so much crazy stuff has ever happened that it's super interesting because you're like, how did people come to that point?
Well,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, don't you want to know like why is there Christians?
Not really.
But it's so like it's such a big
is
part of our
interesting.
society now that like those morals are now ingrained. Like, what was it like before those morals? Who introduced them?
God.
Correct answer.
It's kind of
you there.
interesting. It's kind of interesting.
Amen.
I think any subject can be very
Yeah,
interesting.
I
You have to
guess
get
you're
your
right.
angle.
But you just word it in a silly way, like, yeah, well, the no sewers thing.
Should we move on to Jackson's game that we
Yeah.
got?
I've got just a story and then we're
Oh,
going
a
to
story,
afterwards.
sorry.
So
Yeah, what happened
this
to
is
you?
unfortunately quite a while ago because I forgot about telling it, but there was a dinner coming up and it was expensive and I thought, go on, I'll treat the missus to a little bit of a fancy dinner. It was
Wait,
about...
I'm confused.
it was
How is a
about-
dinner coming up?
It's
that's
like an
expensive?
event.
It's an event.
Oh, okay.
And it was like $200 a head. And I was like, oh, it's expensive. It's like they'll give you some of the best wines and some of the best foods you
You
can
would hope
eat.
so.
And I said, well, I'm interested in that. So I booked 2 tickets to this event.
Jesus
and then
Christ.
had a little bit of a quick chuff before we left just to really enjoy the food and the wine. Get there and it's a 10-person one table. All of us are sitting at this one table with all these wine experts and me and Brooke who are high. sitting at this table.
Wait, how'd you get the invite? to
Wait,
this?
It's like an event. You
But
can
the
buy a
only
ticket.
people who are going to normally buy tickets to this are just like
Wait,
rich
it's popped
food
up
and
on
wine.
Facebook?
Yeah, it was on Instagram, I think, or Facebook, one of the two. Yeah.
Food and wine snobs.
Yes.
I get it.
Are you
Okay.
following?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm following.
I'm following.
So we get there and it's like
How old are these people roughly?
40 average minimum, probably even 50.
Allegedly high.
Yes.
How
allegedly.
many courses?
It was a 5 courses.
So like a degustation.
Yes,
almost.
yes,
Yeah,
and
very
this
nice.
and this wine from this region that's apparently incredibly sought out after. And I don't know. I like wine, but I don't know enough to talk about it. And so they'd ring the glass, pour this wine out for everyone, and we'd sip it, and we'd go around the table and say what we thought about the wine. And we just
It's like when you at the start of a class and
yeah.
everyone's like, let's say a fact about
Yeah.
ourselves. Go around the circle. I hate
So
that.
it's an icebreaker, but it's about being a wine wanker.
And we're just like, yep, so that one was oaky, I think. And then everyone will be like, oh, oaky, interesting. I didn't pick up on that. And I'm like, why the refined palate?
Oh God.
So I want to know what kind of words you would say when you are asked about the wine.
Wait,
Sweet.
no, put yourself in the moment, Jordan.
So, all
right,
right,
I'm in
we've
the
gone
moment.
around, we've heard from some of the smartest people in WA about this wine.
I guess instead of saying sweet, you'd kind of want it to sound like
Yeah, go on.
like a bee's ass. Like,
No, people definitely do say sweet wine. I've not heard bee's ass, and I've drank a little bit of wine in my
mean by
day.
bees
like
arse?
sweet, like it's dipped in honey.
Ah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Or like
what
it-
would you go, Peter? What have
Dude,
you got?
I
This is
am,
just the bee's ass.
I'm somewhat of an expert about talking out of my ass
Yeah,
about
yeah.
things because
Out of the bee's ass.
bees ass exactly. Because the thing with wine, right, is that they've done like blind studies on it and stuff, and given like cheap and expensive wines
And you
to
can't
normal
tell.
people and to wine critics.
Yeah.
Turns out they can't really tell the
Yeah,
difference.
yeah,
It is
100%.
like a load of placebo and wankiness and
Yes.
bullshit.
Yep.
So you can really say whatever you want and you'll get away with it.
Which is what we did. And
Yeah.
we definitely got them, well, quote unquote, wrong, because we would always say something and they would go, didn't really pick up on that
yeah, but
myself.
that's their problem.
Exactly. And
That's
we're
the
like,
thing.
And we go, oh, that's all right. Well, refined palate or
Maybe
whatever.
have another smell.
Yeah.
It really has to like get right up in the back of your
Yeah.
palate for you to understand that
Yeah.
taste. You
The
know?
best is when they pour all the glasses and we just both and we put it down and we look around and everyone's stirring it
Oh
and
my
smelling
God.
it.
Jackson, did you ever go first
What do you mean?
with describing the
no,
flavor?
thank God they went
I-
around the table in it the same way every time.
Oh no, because that would be a very good social experiment. Because if you then said like, "Oh, it's got some very nutty flavors," and then everyone else said, "Yeah, I picked up on the nutty flavors," then everyone's bullshit.
Yeah.
Because I reckon whoever they asked first every time,
Which was
just
unfortunately
made it up
always
as
the expert.
oh, and then everyone agrees with them.
Pretty much, except for us that
Yeah,
just sort of
me
said
too.
like we liked that or that was nutty or whatever the shit. But there was the bees ass.
None of that.
Dude, I would say I'd be like, the initial taste, like as
Oh,
soon as
that's
it,
a good
yeah, that's a
one.
good one. The initial taste, it starts very fruity.
Yep.
Elements of gooseberries,
Ooh.
elderflower.
Yep.
It kind of ends up dancing around.
Yep.
You know, like the longer you sit it in your mouth, the more chocolatey
Peter
and
feels like he was
oaky
there.
it gets. And then like after you finish it, it leaves somewhat of a bitter aftertaste.
The
Almost like
aftertaste is
coffee.
always good, yep.
Almost like coffee, but not quite. Somewhat more sour.
Yep.
And then it really leaves you with a refreshing feeling at the very end of
That's
it.
all right, Peter, but I like bees ass.
Bees
better.
ass. The thing is, you just
Yeah, I
make
like
up
your
whatever
idea.
shit you
I
want.
Yeah,
like
that's
your idea.
kind of what we did, but we were a bit nervous. We didn't want to get exposed
Oh,
at the
dude,
time.
As not experts.
yeah.
You know, not to throw Maddie under the bus, but she does. She uses
Here
some
we
of
go.
that sort of language when it comes to wine, but also when it comes to like interior design, and that's saying things like opens up the space and
Feng
you know,
shui,
like
feng shui.
yeah, stuff like that. And I feel like she would be very good at this wine tasting thing. And
Yeah.
then I'm just the worst at that.
I feel like you could be good at it if you got into it.
I could probably bullshit, but just
Yeah.
in my everyday life, I just say the most basic word for stuff.
Good.
And she's called me out so many times because I always say, if you have a vanilla candle,
Yeah.
I'll always say, oh, I like that flavor. And she gets incredibly triggered because she's like, it's a scent, not a flavor. And I'm like, oh, flavor can cover my bases for like everything.
That's
But
just your
then,
phrase
no,
for
it's
everything. I like that flavor.
And
Flavor.
she's technically right, but like,
She
I
gets a
I
haircut.
still say flavor.
It's a nice
I
flavor.
love that flavor of haircut you got today.
But yeah, stuff like just saying how like fragrant the wine is instead of saying like I would just be like, oh, it smells like.
They kept saying it tastes like the earth it
Yeah,
came
earthy.
from.
I was going to say earthy is everyone's
Earthy's
favorite
a classic,
buzzword.
and oaky is also
Chocolatey?
one. Yeah, chocolatey.
Tastes nothing like chocolate, but
No.
somehow it's chocolatey.
These are all nice wines, I will
there's
say.
no grapes in chocolate. Unless it's fruit and nut.
There's no grapes and chocolate. Zach with the revelation of the year.
This is you at the dinner.
Someone's like, it's got a chocolatey taste. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. It tastes like grapes.
Start deconstructing the critic's statement.
We should go to this dinner the next time. All four of us.
Oh my god, underdogs
Underdogs
go to like.
what's it called? Sommelier?
Oh yeah, a sommelier is like
yeah.
a wine
No, it's
expert.
only funny if it's a group setting. We got to get the hidden cameras set up.
And split up so it doesn't even look like we're all
man.
together.
Dude, I would love to do the social experiment of seeing if you can just gaslight people with wine tasting.
Well, these people were
Especially if
very
there's four
confident.
of us though. If there's four of us that are all first,
And we just
are
say...
they gonna really go off? If we all say the same thing?
Yes. We need to get one person and they don't know they're in a stitch up.
We're all dressed in top hats and monocles.
Yes.
That would be interesting.
It's an oaky taste.
But you had more than just wine, yeah? You had food as
Food,
well?
the food was amazing. Oh, the food and the wine. It was incredible, but I wouldn't do it again knowing what it was. They also didn't tell us until we got there. They were like, all right, you can go and mingle with the people. And we're like, oh, we're all right. No, thanks. And they're like, okay, well, we're just going to sit at this table together. And we're like, oh, you're fucking joking me.
Oh, right. You
So
thought you
it's
were
like
like a
a-
nice romantic
We
one-on-one.
thought they'd be like, all right, here's this wine. It pairs with this food. Enjoy. And then we could talk about it and say whatever we wanted.
Yeah, but it was like a show and tell.
And it was literally like everyone hush over the room.
That's
Right,
such
what
a
did you
different
think?
vibe, right?
100%.
Reminds me of me and this freaking ABBA thing again. God damn it.
What?
Wait, were you there when I was talking about that?
ABBA?
What's it called? A quartet or something?
He went to
Yeah.
an ABBA classical orchestra
I
thing.
was not here for
Oh,
this.
you weren't here for that.
All
Amazing.
right, we won't repeat it because of the podcast
yeah.
viewers.
I
Basically,
accidentally went to one
Jordan thought he was going to a rave. Turns out it was an orchestral performance.
Oh, brilliant.
where everyone was silent listening to
Although
music.
I saw a viral video and thought of you, it was an orchestral performance of ABBA with a mosh pit.
That sounds way better.
And I was like, this is what Jordan wanted. It was
Yeah,
so
it
perfect.
If it was just us, yes, I would say it was. The food and the wine was truly some of the best food and wine I've ever had. But I just found the experience to be incredibly uncomfortable. It's really funny in retrospect, and the story is funny, like being able to share that with you
Yeah.
guys. But yeah, I don't know if I would do it again.
I can't imagine being there.
Yeah, what would you have done? Like genuinely, the flavor is good.
I would probably I would make sure I'm sitting to the left of Maddie so that she always goes before me, and then just be like, "Yeah, what she said." Because Maddie's great with her pairings with food and that. She's like, "This white would go really
Bit of
well
a
with
sommelier.
some fish or like,
Oh.
you know, like those sorts
It's all
of."
confidence. These things. Isn't
I was going
it?
to say, does anyone actually know this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because, like, I think, Zach, I think you would commit to the bit of just saying a bunch of bullshit.
Oh yeah,
I
actually
think
that
you
is
do
what
a good job of that.
It's like when I get Ubers and just make up stuff
Yeah,
because
I
you're
like
never going to
doing
see
that.
them again.
Yeah.
That is actually exactly what I would do.
Yeah.
Me and Maddie went to look at home opens. I don't know if I've told this story before, but we were looking at home opens because we were nearby and it's meant to be like really good architecture. And it was just like, we're in the area. I can't remember why we were, to be honest, because we're not really looking at buying a house. But we were there and we decided to just start bullshitting about how like rich we were. And we were on this second story and it was like, could see the beach. And then it was like, oh, look, you can see Rottnest. And then I was like, yeah, we could take the yacht over. Like,
I do remember
all
you
that
saying
sort
this
of stuff.
actually, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I may have
think you
told it on the
mentioned this.
podcast, but it's just so funny. And then the real estate agents that are running the home open, they're not going to say anything to turn you away
of
from
course
buying
not.
a house. On the chance that this 26-year-old that walks in is
yacht.
incredibly rich and can drop a fucking, which I'm not, guys, but on the
Just
fact that I
anyone
could.
who thought I was incredibly rich, I know I give off that energy.
The Tesla's on loan. Okay.
Well, I'm not going around buying houses and buying yachts.
Yet.
Oh,
Yes.
well, like and subscribe to the Little Z channel. Jackson, can you turn that lamp on, by the way?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Ready?
Wait, is something going to happen?
The
Damn.
set is now complete.
Something is going to happen. The light's going to turn on, Jordan.
Yeah, that makes
Would you
sense.
believe?
Wait, oh, yeah, okay.
That's it.
Oh,
Do
really?
you guys like telling lies?
No?
Well,
Yeah.
I think you're gonna have to rephrase that, champ.
Oh, I like to prank.
Do you like just making shit up to people and telling
Yeah.
lies to
Oh,
them?
as long as I don't care about the people, absolutely.
Yeah.
I haven't done it much.
I don't.
I've never...
Oh, see, I do. I like the same with the Uber stuff you do. Like, I like doing that. But this felt different, I think, because there was a genuine chance of me being called out.
And then
There's actually
You're
0%
still
chance.
Yeah,
But- and if
I
you're a bit,
realize
you
that
know-
now, like like looking back on it. But when I'm in my element, like in the element of like I don't even know what I'm doing here.
A
It
bit
was
cooked.
Yeah, it was a bit like this is kind of a bit weird.
Because here's the thing: if you make up some complete bullshit,
Mm-hmm.
there's layer 1, which is no one realizes that you're bullshitting. Layer 2, they realize you're bullshitting, but they're not going to say anything.
Yeah.
And then layer 3, the confidence that person needs to not only be like, I 100% know this guy's lying, and I'm going to call him out in front of everyone, or even in private. It's just, it takes way too much confidence, and anyone that
Yeah.
meets you for the first time, never going to do that.
But they just kind of think you're. A
It's
dickhead.
it's so safe.
That's the worst thing that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
to
but
you.
so
Yeah, problem is, I think all wine snobs are dickheads. So
Yeah.
I guess it would be mutual at that point.
Yeah, it was a bit like that. I
maybe
think.
that's why my Uber rating isn't that good.
Yeah. No, it might be because you're blackout drunk half the time you catch an Uber.
Great point, Peter.
True.
What is your Uber rating, real quick? Is
I have no idea. I
4.79
can check.
bad?
No, that's all right, isn't it?
I think
Okay.
mine's 4.9 something.
4.9. That's amazing, isn't it?
Man, Peter's been sucking the Uber driver's dick.
What, you don't do that?
Is that how I get
Is
home?
everyone checking their Everyone's checking their
Yeah,
Uber
I'm checking
rating?
it. I never use Uber.
Hell yeah. Flex in the
I'm
comments.
4.66.
Oh,
that's
Jackson.
very
I'm a
good.
shocker.
I'm a 5.0, motherfuckers.
How many Ubers have you taken?
Does it say? Is
One.
there a number? I don't know.
Probably costs too much for Jordan. It's not optimal.
Not many.
In-
Yeah, the less
in-
Ubers you take, the more chance
Yeah.
your rating will be high, right?
Yes.
You know what? I'll cop it because I don't know if I've ever rated an Uber 5 stars.
Dude,
Yeah,
mine's
neither.
only 4.81. I've talked the smack. Feels bad.
Should we go on to this game that Jackson's?
No, that was the game. Sorry about that. The Minion Game that I spoke of last week.
Wait, I'm lost.
Upon reflection,
What was the game?
what would you have said?
Oh, right.
Which you just said B's
Oh,
ass or some bullshit.
I was so lost.
No, the
I
Minion
see.
Game. What was the
The
Minion,
Minion Game
from
is in the
last
bin.
week?
It absolutely sucked. Upon reflection,
Oh,
let me
no.
explain what the Minion Game was.
Okay.
Can we just play it?
No, you do not
No,
want to play
with
it.
the,
I thought
with
it
the
would
preface that
With
it's
it, it's gotta be
bad.
bad.
No.
I'm
if
telling
you know it's
it's
going to
not
be bad, why
I'm
would you do
telling
it?
you it's bad. The
Okay.
Minion Game was I would give you two celebrities. So Jordan would be Kim Kardashian and you're The Rock, and you'd have to say why you're the other person's minion, and that was it.
Wait, I don't get it.
Exactly. It's so
like
bad.
from the Minions movie.
No, just
Minions,
like
The
who would
Rise
be
of Gru.
who's minion in the movie. What
What does this mean?
Exactly. It's so bad. And I was like, this should be funny. And then I thought about it. I was like, this would be not
You
good
did
at
not
all.
come up with this in your right.
So wait, Jordan is Kim Kardashian,
Yeah, and then
Peter's
Peter's
the
the
Rock.
We're not
Rock.
playing it.
We're not
Zach.
doing
We're
this,
not
Zach.
doing it. Zach.
You want to play so bad.
I really want to play.
So then Peter would be like, well, obviously I'm not the minion because I'm The Rock. And then Jordan would be like, well, I've got $1 million because I'm Kim Kardashian. So
It
I'm not
sounds,
the minion.
That sounds alright.
Doesn't sound alright.
Jackson, should we play a quick round of the Minion Game?
All right, who do you want to be?
No, I'll pick for you guys because
Okay,
if you
yeah.
pick for yourself, it's cheating.
All right,
Yeah.
I think the worst part about this game is that I know so little about The Rock. I basically can't
Kind of
play.
what I was trying to pick very famous celebrities.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought it could work in theory, but then
All right.
like thought it didn't.
Zach, you can be Will Smith,
Easy.
and you can be Jack Black, Jackson.
Okay.
Go.
Have they been in a movie together first? Because then
What do you
would
mean
get some-
first? You're Will Smith. Shut up.
What's up? I'm not a minion. You're a minion.
You see, Jack, I think you're going to be the Minion because I'll slap you. Yeah, Will Smith kind of beats everyone
Yeah,
into
Will
submission.
Smith does pay people up, but
Like, you
I'm-
think Chris Rock's really coming out and making Will Smith his minion? No, Will Smith is the
No,
dominant
but
force.
I'm actually way funnier
Yep,
because
this game sucks. Yep.
And Jack Black's also more likely to be like, because that's the roles he plays.
Yeah,
Will
that's
Smith
true.
plays himself in every movie. He's like, oh yeah, I'm Will Smith and I'm Will Smith. That's it.
This is the worst game.
I do remember that in I Am Legend when there's zombies surrounding
I'm
him.
Will Smith, and yeah, I'm Will Smith.
Yeah, he always says
Don't you think he does play himself in every movie though? That part's correct.
Doesn't Jack Black as well though?
No, Will Smith doesn't. He gets typecast, but he's what's the one with he has like a son? He's a single dad.
Pursuit of Happiness?
Is that the one?
That's one.
No,
I
you're
think-
talking about After Earth
No.
with
Pursuit of Happiness.
Jaden Smith.
With his
Yeah,
son.
I think.
Yeah.
I think that's actually like
And
a
he kills
heartfelt
himself.
one.
And he
I thought
hasn't done
Jack
that
Black
in
plays
real
the
life.
same role more often than Will Smith.
Nah, but he in Jumanji he plays a girl in Jack Black's body,
Yeah.
and that's pretty branching
Oh,
The
out.
okay.
entire comedy of it is that it's I'm a girl and now I'm Jack Black.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It's still I'm Jack Black. Anyway, Moving on from Jack.
So
Black.
who's the minion?
I think we agree that Jack Black was the minion.
And then the Minion Game is a winner. All right.
That's just
That
like,
was so
I
bad.
really want to move on.
Can we get a wah for the Minion Game?
Jesus Christ.
Do we have that? Yeah.
Did anyone see that Tesla plow the child?
What?
No?
We're gonna need a little.
You saw it, Jar? You saw it. Jar saw it. They were doing like testing, wasn't it? And it was like testing two cars AI, and it's like a dummy child in front of this Tesla and this other AI like that they're developing, and the Tesla just doesn't stop and just destroys the child.
What does the other one do?
Stops.
Dude, I actually found out through like talking about Teslas on stream and stuff, just like not that I talk about it a lot, it just very occasionally comes up like anything. There's a lot of Tesla haters.
Is there?
There's so many.
What is there to
What's the
hate?
hate?
Dude, there's always people been like,
Other than child situation.
Teslas are good if you want a mobile coffin. And I was like,
What's the joke?
care to elaborate?
Because
Like,
they're
they're like,
self-driving.
because they blow up.
they all catch fire and explode and run over elderly people, and
this happen to you?
they're so dangerous. And
Yeah, I didn't think I'd mention it on the pod, but my car actually exploded and I burnt to death.
And ran over an elderly person.
no, but seriously, there's so many
Wouldn't mention
people
that.
who are like, it's one of their top 3 personality traits that they hate Teslas.
Is it because they hate
Jar,
Elon
do you hate
Musk?
Teslas?
Yeah, see,
Oh.
that's what everyone should be. He said, "I'm indifferent." For anyone who couldn't hear.
I think in today's age with the internet, everyone feels like they have to have an opinion about everything, like strong opinion
That's a
about
good point.
everything. And it's like Tesla, I don't care. That's the correct answer.
It's like
really.
saying, like, "What's your opinion on Hyundais?" You're like, "I don't fucking care."
yeah, they drive.
Yeah,
I don't know.
why but seriously, guys, put in the comments if you hate Teslas.
You know why I
Let
think
us
this
know
is
why you hate
spawned?
Teslas.
It's
Why?
because there's so many fucking Tesla lovers
Oh,
that
yeah.
love Elon Musk and everything he does. So they got to balance us out. You know, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Nelson's law.
Nelson's law.
Nelson's law.
So you had to get a bunch of people that started hating Teslas
Yeah.
because otherwise
The
people
world would
don't
be out
like
of balance.
anything to be universally good.
Yeah,
Is that like
it's
the
because-
fan base of like Rick and Morty kind of turned people off Rick and Morty, or is
Yeah.
that like the same
I
sort
know
of thing?
it's different. It's not the whole like the fan base is cringe. It's the whole people when something's very popular.
Yeah.
there's people who think that disliking a popular thing is a cool and
Is a cool
interesting
person.
personality trait.
Are there a lot of people that dislike Ryan Reynolds? I feel like he's someone that gets away with like nothing really negative. I don't think I've ever seen a negative thing
I
about
don't really
him.
see much positive about Ryan Reynolds. Or,
People love him.
oh, do they? Okay.
I reckon Andy Samberg might be the most likable celebrity.
I don't know. who that is.
So many people. I feel like I've seen more about him being disliked. than-
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's just, I don't know, just same thing as the Tesla. It's like, okay.
It's like, wow, they're so likable. Wouldn't it be really... People are going to talk to me more if I say I don't like
yeah,
them.
I don't know.
Yeah, what if they plowed a child? Would you still like him then? I fucking bet you wouldn't.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
I didn't like your phrasing on the whole,
I
the whole
actually
Jordan.
didn't think about that until you just said that then.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Anyway,
But what was I going to say?
Jordan, what's your question of this week?
Oh, that's something else. But I wanted to ask about
The Teslas.
What would you not want? When's automatic too far? Like, would we all sit
Ooh,
in
I
a
like
car?
that question.
Back on the AI.
Yeah. Like, would we would all go in a self-driving car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I would. You don't know, Zach.
Being the person that has had
one.
the most experience with the self-driving has turned me way more off than it has turned me on.
Ooh.
And you know, I've kind of given up on the fear that robots will take over.
Because this
Because
Tesla's
sometimes
too
the
dumb.
Tesla AI is a bit temperamental.
Ooh.
Like, I get why the car will automatically slow down when like it thinks you're going too fast and you're going to hit a car on the side of the road and that. But I know that I'm going to move out of the way, or like I am a better driver than the car.
That's the thing, though, because
And it'll
at the moment that might be true, but soon it will overtake, right?
yeah, potentially.
But the thing is, everyone still thinks that they're better than it, even though they're not. And so, like, for example, if a Tesla on autopilot has a crash and kills someone, that will be a world news story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it happened once,
It
and
will happen
for
once
every 100
and then
humans.
a human has a crash that they cause.
Don't
Will
really
that be a
hear
world
about it.
news story?
No.
Of course not.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean.
You know that did happen. The Tesla, although it's a bunch of idiots, but like people using it as fuel against the Teslas. There were two people driving in a car, and I think they put it on autopilot on the highway, and like were sitting in the back seat, and then it crashed, and they both died. And people were like, "Wow, Tesla autopilot's gonna kill you!" And then it's like the cars, you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Like the Tesla makes you grab the
Sit
wheel
there, yeah.
every like minute or so that it knows you're still paying attention.
But when is the ratio? That's a good point. When's the ratio? Because like, okay, as soon as AI, it's proven to have less crashes than humans. Humans crash 100 times a year. The AI crashes 80. Would people still want to say yes?
People would say
that's
no.
80 robot crashes, which sounds
I know
way
this
worse.
is going into Peter's point of people thinking they're better, but I am better than a lot of the fucking idiots on the road.
No, that's the problem though. Everyone like, okay,
Exactly.
how much out of 10? How good of a driver do you think you are out of 10? Just
I'll
quick.
go like a 7.
What about you,
Yeah,
Jackson?
same 7.
What about you?
Maybe.
9.
What about? And I think I'm like an 8.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks they're less than 5.
Get fucked,
That's
Jordan.
an interesting point.
Right?
I've definitely
this
thought
is,
about
this
this
is
before.
actually a point. We all think for every 9, there's got to be a 1.
That's called something, the fallacy, right?
Yeah,
The-
it's everyone thinks they're above average at
everything.
everything.
I purposely undershot because like I respected the like that Peter was making this point, so I didn't want to overshoot too much. And then I was like, oh, you got NASCAR drivers, you got people that can like drive all these
Yeah.
different machinery and that. Then Jordan comes out with the 9, and he's had
Well,
a
they're the
fucking
top
bus
10%,
crash
bro.
into him. Get fucked.
I wasn't even in the car.
Yeah, you should have been paying more attention to the car.
Okay. my last,
I was asleep.
my last serious
Don't
point.
sleep at the wheel,
Asleep
mate.
at the wheel?
No, he's 0.
My last serious point, we get back to being silly, but as long as everyone still thinks they're so vastly above average, nobody is going to accept that
100%.
self-driving cars is better than
100%.
them when they objectively are.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
spicy.
the thing people are like, is it moral to have self-driving cars? How do they make these decisions? You know, the trolley problem?
Yeah.
How do they make that decision? I'm like, how does a human make that decision?
You can't.
You can't. Like, how is it? People are like, is it moral to have self-driving cars? I ask you, is it moral to have human-driven cars?
Wow.
Damn.
Drops the mic.
I don't know.
Ooh. You know what? I'll commit to the everyone having self-driving cars, but only if like everyone else does. I don't want to be the one sucker in a self-driving car, then some idiot on the road that like the Tesla's not prepared for some absolute idiot Karen to run a red light.
Oh, yeah.
And the Tesla's like, oh, no one would ever be this much of a fucking dumbass. Whereas I know that how stupid people can be more than the car does. So if everyone had self-driving, yeah, 100% on board. But if I have the self-driving, I don't think it's prepared
that
for
makes
some of the road,
Also,
Yeah.
road
when does
drivers.
it just get too boring? Like, when is it like, okay, let's say everything's automatic now.
Dude,
Then
just
what are
watch
you
the
doing?
Underdogs podcast
Yeah,
while you're
exactly.
driving.
Oh.
No, the computers are doing that too.
No, I mean everything. Like the legs take you to the table.
The
then-
legs?
Then the spoon feeds you in your mouth, and then it's like, when do we stop having automatic stuff?
We're going to
just
be
like
like the
Wall-E?
people in
When-
Wall-E.
Yeah, exactly. When we need to draw the line. Like some people love driving cars, and automatic. Like if it gets enforced to have AI,
You
takes
know, I
it
did
away.
get that thought. I was on an electric scooter on Rottnest, and almost always, like my whole life, I've gone to
Electric
this
legs.
island for vacations, and lots of people ride their bikes around
Yeah.
Rottnest. And I was fucking loving going on the electric scooter because it's a very hilly place,
Yeah.
and I was like next to my sister struggling on this bike up the hill, and I just cruise past on my electric scooter. I'm like, oh yeah, and then I'll probably get home and be, you know, haven't burned
In
the
Wall-E.
400 calories that she did. So felt good, but felt bad at the same time.
Felt like a Wally human.
Yeah, exactly.
Feels bad, man.
And then it's like, well, if I felt so good about doing this electric scooter, wouldn't I feel good about an electric spoon?
Is
Like
there
Jordan
any
said?
Exactly.
Is there any one thing that you would want to automate that we can't do right now? The one thing.
Editing YouTube videos.
Probably like chores, right?
Yeah, no, I mean like something specific. You know, something that like you really, but you just can't get something else to do it.
I've said this before, but fueling up my car, I freaking
It's
hate
not
doing
that
that. Oh, I
bad.
hate
Really?
it. Oh, I hate it. You stand there like this like a freaking idiot.
Maybe just like lifting weights.
What?
Jordan, what's the point?
Because there's a bit of a mental barrier to exercise,
Jordan's
right?
on a sun lounge watching a robot lift weights. Jordan's like sips protein shake.
God damn, I'm fit.
There's a mental barrier to exercising. It's like, oh, I guess technically it's possible to me to work out for the next 2 hours while I'm watching TV, but do I want to do this next rep? But if it's automated,
But why would you get the robot to do it? Why not just not do it?
because then you get buff.
No, but you
Not
don't.
if a robot's
if a robot
lifting
doesn't,
it.
you don't get buff.
Well, Peter was saying something that you can't do at the
Kind
moment.
of checks out. He would get a robot that like is a chip in his brain that just makes his muscles do it.
See, that I would get.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can just actually
That's
full
not what
brain
you
power on the
said.
TV.
That's what he meant. It's not what he was saying.
Yes, thank
Jordan,
you.
they're very different things for Jordan.
I always forget
Oh,
There's
so
a
like-
bit of a disconnect.
You know what they should? Yeah, they should add boring shit to your brainstem. You know, when's the last time you thought about breathing while you're watching TV? It's
Imagine
second
if you had
nature.
to manually
That's
breathe.
what I mean. That's what I mean.
No, but I'm talking about, making the other things automatic like Jordan says. So imagine if, like, while you were living your life, you were just washing dishes.
Dude, imagine if my brain just automatically did my taxes. That'd be sick.
That would be good. That's a good
Like
one.
in the back, while you're breathing, while your heart's pumping and your hormones are being regulated, it's doing your taxes on the inside, and then one of your shits comes out with a fully done expense report or something. Well, I mean, if your body's doing it, where would it come out? Let's
Isn't that
be
what
honest.
an accountant is?
An accountant
What, you
is
shit on their desk and then just say,
Hang on,
deal
maybe
with
I
this?
missed
Yeah, but you have to pay an accountant. I'm talking about, look, how many cells in my body? Probably trillions. What the fuck are they doing? Not my taxes.
Well, they can. Oh, I think you've lost me.
No, they can't at the moment. I'm saying if all my cells could work together and do my taxes
Zach,
in the
that's
background.
called
That's
using
called
your
you doing
brain.
your taxes.
It's called
now,
using
but
your
the
brain.
other cells, not the conscious cells.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks.
Exactly.
You want
Because
to consciously
the
do
human
your
body-
taxes.
the
imagine if your
human
arm
body
could
is-
do your taxes.
Yeah.
It does when you.
The human body is really amazing, but I want it to be amazinger. Like, each one of my
Quite a little
each
bit.
one of my fingers is doing a mental task.
That's what
Like
I mean.
one
We
of them's
need more-
writing a
like
script.
an octopus. Do you reckon octopuses, they can tune into each leg?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a radio.
Yeah, exactly. And you're
They're like,
okay, I wanna
what's my
think
right leg
about what
doing?
this
Oh
arm-
shit, it's plotting to overthrow the left leg.
I think we got to change topic. Jackson's going to have a stroke.
Me and Jordan are absolutely
Yeah,
vibing
we're
on this
the exact
wavelength.
Same topic.
You know, when you see two toddlers having a conversation and they're talking gibberish, but the other one
just saw
completely
it.
gets it?
I just saw it.
Yeah, that's what Jackson and I are witnessing.
Any toddlers in the comment, let us know what your body would do subconsciously.
I can't believe you two.
I did find an octopus the other day, though, which was pretty
That
I
epic.
was sick,
saw
I
that
saw
on
that.
Twitter, yeah.
Dude, like looking in rock pools,
It's dope.
it's so
I
sick.
literally love it.
Dude, it was a 2-hour hike.
Yeah.
Took me 3.5 hours because I was
Yeah.
just looking in rock
You're
pools.
just checking in.
So good.
Oh, rock pools are so
Got to get off
sick.
the electric scooter, Peter.
No, it was really epic. It
Was it raining?
only for a little bit.
I bet you wish you had an umbrella hat. My question is, why aren't there umbrella hats?
There are.
Are there?
Yeah, they like the multicolored ones that it's like a headband.
They look really
an
dorky,
umbrella
though.
comes
Oh, well, I should get that then. That solves my question of the week.
You know what's
What?
infinitely better?
Well, I was walking and then I was thinking, why?
Why
don't
isn't
I
there
have
food
an
we can have for breakfast? Oh, there is, mate. Breakfast.
Why?
Oh, okay.
There's umbrella hats.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Why does nobody wear them?
Because they look.
You look like this, dude.
Yeah, that's silly.
Because, okay, I'll give you another reason. Because it doesn't shade the rest of your body.
No, my point was it was going to be a bit bigger than that one.
You just catch the wind and break your
When
neck.
do you like fly
Imagine
away?
you forget it's on and you try to go through a door and you
I don't think they should make it out of umbrella materials. They should make it out of cap materials, the hard cap material. And it's
What?
just
Okay, so
and it's bigger.
you're
What's
saying
what's
it's like
hard
a
cap?
sombrero but 4 times the diameter. Is that correct?
It's like a sombrero, but don't sombreros have holes?
Yeah. So what material is this made out of?
You know a cap and
Holy shit,
at the
Jordan.
in the front.
That will get wet. It'll soak through.
This is the Jordan question of the week though, so
An umbrella has
have
to be like
expected this.
waterproof.
Wait, we didn't do the Papa One question of the week intro.
We have that.
Yeah. It's Papa One's question of the week.
Oh, glad we got that. out of the way.
I've been doing that a few times. We're going to get a real one done up, guys, but
All right, we'll
Papa
do that.
One's question of the week.
Yeah.
Well, no. So you make the hard cap and then you put the umbrella layer on
What is
the
a
top.
hard cap?
I keep telling you.
Just a listening
Jordan, this
Peter.
fucking idea is cap.
No, it's a good
this
idea.
shit.
Worse than the Minion Game.
Hit
There's
us with
no
that sound
negative.
effect, Jared, real quick.
There's no negative.
The
Yeah.
Oh, I heard the crowd cheer
Okay.
for a bit.
Hard. Yeah, the caps. Oh, Jordan.
No, it makes sense.
No,
Yeah, no, it's genius actually.
It
Now
does
you
make
mention
sense
it.
because everyone tries to hold umbrellas and then you don't have hands anymore.
You know what? I think you do this.
Yeah, I was
think-
going to say,
I think you
Jordan,
make this.
If you're so confident in your ideas, why don't you just make these things and
Jordan, will you
become
bring
a
us a
millionaire?
prototype
And
next
go
week?
bankrupt.
Someone email me.
No,
at
no,
my
no. Make us a
YouTube email,
prototype next week.
and if you're into that, I'll help you advertise.
Will we give him a budget?
If I see this idea on Shark Tank in a month, I'm going to be so fucking mad.
I reckon we give Jordan a budget and see what he can make.
Well, how do you make something?
What does that even mean?
This is why no one's made the umbrella hat, because the person coming up with the idea doesn't know how to make it.
How do you make something?
Anyone that starts a successful business that sells products probably never had the thought, let's make a hard cap umbrella hat, whatever the fuck you're on about.
Yeah, I reckon it could work.
Do you want to elaborate on how do you make something?
Well, I wouldn't know where to. That's the problem, isn't
Okay,
it?
what you do is you call someone who does know.
Well, that's why I asked for the comments.
Jordan blows all his budget on like time talking to people on how to find out, and then he's like, oh, now I know how to make it. Oh shit, can't afford to make it.
You could make an umbrella hat,
All right,
though.
Jordan, I do have a supplier for you. So one of my friends through Frisbee
Yes.
is the son of someone who owns the company who supplies like most of the caps in Western
Perfect.
Australia.
Perfect.
Like I think they had like 80% market share on caps.
This
And
is your man.
Mofo.
Let's set up a business meeting.
yeah. So
Can we get him to call in next week and Jordan pitches
We
the
will set up a
idea?
meeting.
So we're actually doing Underdogs Shark Tank in a few weeks. Jordan, I reckon you draw up a bit more of a plan of this,
I'll
and we can
create
use
the
that as a
prototype
prototype.
for
Yeah.
sure.
But I do have the contact. No cap. I do have the cap.
So I reckon you just make a cap, but the cap goes all the way around.
That's called a wide brim hat.
I haven't seen one, but that
You
sounds
haven't
good.
seen. What about when cricketers wear their hat? That's a wide brim hat.
But rain kind of makes it sloppy. What's it called?
All right. What about Nakubra?
What's that?
Oh my god!
So maybe it's invented.
So wait, cricketers wear these.
Is Jordan just telling us he's invented in his head a wide brim hat?
Maybe. But it stops the rain.
So have we been going long enough to end this podcast? Almost an hour.
56 minutes.
Well, I think with the wide
Wait.
brim hat invention, we're not going any.
You guys can keep talking. What's it called? A kubra.
A Kubra.
Give me a-
AK.
it's like it's like a what
Invisi
Dundee
wears.
wears.
A kubra.
You know what Invisi wears.
You know that's TF2 sniper.
A kubra.
He's not
Crocodile
listening.
Dundee.
He's not listening.
Like an Australian cowboy.
Yeah, does that work? Does this work?
does it work?
Does it work for what?
Does it stop the rain?
I don't know. I think I'm
Stop
done
the
talking to
sun
Jordan
more,
for today.
yeah.
I think it needs to be wider. We just keep
So it's a
making it
wide
wider.
Akubra.
You just keep making
It's
them
a
wider.
sombrero. We're back to square one.
Sombrero with
no holes.
with no holes.
What if you just put like 20 sombreros on? They'd eventually
Okay,
be
no. The
holes.
only problem is a sombrero is kind of curved where it would catch water, right? You'd want it curved.
Curve it the other way.
Curve it the other way, and it's a.
Or
Upside down
even,
sombrero.
or keep it curved the way it is. Add a little drain pipe. Why don't hats
people
have
do love
gutters?
rainwater.
You've got some
actually.
irrigation going.
And
do
it
love
fills
rainwater.
up a little water bottle and,
And
you've
you
got
drink from
organic
it.
rainwater.
Oh wow!
Oh, and it's like a drink hat mixed with
Yeah.
a rain
Wow,
hat.
it took us 3 seconds to come up with a better idea than Jordan.
Well, I had the germinating seed. I will say,
Your idea was a wide brim hat.
with no holes and curved down. I reckon it could change
Alright.
the world.
There you go, guys. The sombrero irrigated rainwater drink hat.
Yeah.
Patent pending.
And leave a like today if you like the new set. Let us know what we should put in the background. What's your favorite Underdogs joke that would probably fit on a small
Wait,
shelf?
people are going to spam super blooper. So
We're
not super blooper.
already doing that.
We're on that.
Yeah, apart from that, that one's a gimme.
I heard we're getting a miniature truck.
Yeah.
What about a hat?
Well, yeah, let's get a wide brim
An
hat.
umbrella hat.
We should get the prototype and put it up there.
It's true. People would have laughed at whoever said it about Uddies.
I still do.
Now they're
He's a
rich.
cringe. Anyway,
Yeah,
can
but-
we end it?
They're rich
Wait,
now.
one last thing. I saw a couple people wearing hoodies on a plane when I went to.
What's wrong with that?
You know how you actually had to
Oh.
dress up and wear suits on planes back in the day?
Yeah.
So, like, some people, it's still kind of seen as this thing that you have to dress up for.
Is it?
But then.
For some people.
For some
Okay,
people, see it.
business people, right?
Like, old people see it that way, and then young people come on with their hoodies, and it's just. the difference.
I'm a huge fan of dressing comfy at any possible chance.
Isn't Woody like
But
the most?
I hate hoodies.
Why? You're doing the thing where it's popular
That's
and you don't
exactly
like
what I
it.
was
No,
thinking, Jackson.
no,
Exactly what I was
no,
thinking.
no.
Explain the poorness of a hoodie.
It's like the whole advertising campaign they've run
Yeah.
is appealing to the most like boring, basic, lowest common denominator
I think
bullshit
you're being very rude.
that I
That's
refuse
like they're
to
appealing to
identify
popular.
with.
To
No,
be
no, no,
popular.
no, no, no.
I think he's just done himself in
No,
here.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
There's a difference between popular and boring.
And that difference is defined by you specifically.
I mean, it's subjective. Yeah, I mean, you can like hoodies.
Wait,
I don't give a
what's
fuck.
boring about hoodies?
Just the way you'll have to just what with the advertising.
No.
Fucking podcast.
I agree with Peter, and I
if you get me
still.
started, I will keep going on about this
I
shit for an
believe
hour.
you. I believe you hate it. I just think it's hypocritical.
Okay.
Go
do
on.
you know the octopus plushies that you can turn inside out where you're happy and sad?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
sick.
What's wrong with that? It's like a
What's wrong
toy.
It's fun.
Communicate your emotions like an adult.
What?
it's
I'm
like
not using
it's
it to
just a
communicate.
toy.
It's a
That's
toy.
what they sent. That's what they sell it as.
Oh, I just bought it because I thought it was funny.
Yeah, that's fine. But people are like, oh, my girlfriend puts it to happy side, so I know to like she's happy, and she puts the angry side, so I bring her chocolate, and I'm like, use your words.
That's probably for autistic people, right?
No,
They can't
it's aimed towards people, and that's the advertising scheme, and they're popular, and I fucking hate it.
I think you've
Wait,
done yourself
he's
in.
just-
your
No,
pants.
I'm
Finish
standing
the
by this.
sentence with it's popular and I fucking hate it. End it. We've got
It's
it.
not
boys.
because it's
Clip
popular.
that.
That shit
Clip
we got
that.
it. Police come charging you.
It's not because it's popular. I'm gonna die on this hill. I'm committing to it. I'm gonna stand my
Dude,
ground.
our shit are Teslas.
Fuck octopuses, fuck hoodies, fuck Teslas, fuck wide brim hats. I'm dropping the mic, I'm out.
I'm gonna wear an avocado hoodie next week.
wear hoodies next week. Bring the toys.
Oh god. All right.